Hey yo, what's good with y'all boys on YouTube? It's your boy Sean2K here, back at it once again with yet another video. Hey man, before we get too far into the video, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's liking the video, subscribing, you feel me? Cause hey man, as of right now, 4/21/2022, we are at 1,900 subscribers. We're about to hit 2K. I'm officially gonna be Sean2K, you feel me? But back to the video, man. Today I'll be showing y'all the top 5 big man builds in NBA 2K22. I did the top 5 point guard builds and that video went crazy, so let's try to make this video go crazy as well. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and if you're not subscribed, man, make sure to sub up. But in this video, man, I'll just be showing y'all not only the top 5 big man builds, but also how to make them. And trust me, all 5 of these different builds are going to be able to do all 5 different things. We have insides, we have shooters, and we have all around builds. So hey man, without further ado, let's get into the verse of the day.
Amen. The verse of the day is Daniel 9 verse 9. The Lord our God is merciful and forgiving, even though we have rebelled against him. We have so much to thank God for because he woke us up today. We didn't even deserve to wake up because we already sinned against him. But that's how good God is, because he gives second chances to everyone. But he does it because he loves us.
Alright y'all, so at number 5, we got the slash and playmaker, man. I'm gonna show you how to make this build. So first, you wanna go power forward on the position. Now for the skill breakdown pie chart, you wanna go to the one where it has more blue than green. So you're gonna have Hall of Fame finishing on this build. Moving along, for the physical profile, I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Y'all can go with this first one right here for the most speed, or I would also recommend going with the vertical and agility pie chart. Alright, so now for the attribute upgrades, man. I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I upgraded and what I would recommend. So with this badge layout, we have 16 finishing, 14 shooting, 6 playmaking, and 8 defense. This is a very all-around build, man. You get 16 finishing, that's way more than enough. You could even take that down a little bit. 14 shooting is also enough. 6 playmaking sounds like a little bit, but a lot of the badges that you would want, you can't even get on this build. So it's honestly a good number. And the only weakness on this build is its defense, as the way that I'm showing y'all, it only gets 8 badges, but y'all can definitely mess around with the badge layout. Moving right along, for the height, go 6'7", for the weight, go minimum, and now for the wingspan, you're gonna wanna max that out, and at max wingspan, you get an 84 driving dunk off rip, so you can unlock contact dunks. You get a 71 3-pointer. I be fading on this build because I do get shot critting takeover, and trust me, a 71 3-pointer, if you're good at the game, you're gonna be greening up on this build very easily. For the ball handle, it's over a 70, and I dropped a tutorial for over 70 ball handle, so I can dribble on this build. And like I said, the defensive stats are not the best, but I still do be getting snatch blocks. That's the one thing about this. I somehow be getting snatch blocks on this build. But moving along, for the takeovers, you got all these takeovers. I went with shot creating, but I would recommend going sharp takeover. And here you have it. You have built a slashing playmaker. This build is at number 5 for me just because of the lack of defense it gets, but it definitely makes up on offense. Alright, so at number 4 on my list, we have the dreaded post scorer. This post scorer build is at number 4 just because I don't want to encourage y'all to be post scorers, bro. Like, I don't know why this build is in the game. It's hard to play against it, and it's just a toxic build. But there's no denying that it's one of the most dominant big man builds in the game. So first, you want to go position center. Now for the pie chart, man, go half green and half blue, as we're going to have Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame finishing. For the physical profile, I would go with the strength one, either the second or the third, because on both these pie charts you do get a 95 strength. Now for the attributes, this is how I did them. So you get 23 finishing, 13 shooting, 6 playmaking, and 8 defensive. The thing about this build is, though you get 8 defensive, you're still very tall. You're still a 7-footer, you feel me? So you're going to be able to play good defense. 23 finishing, that's pretty overpowered. The way I made this build, you still can shoot on the build. If somebody's just sitting in the paint, this build is honestly overpowered, bro. Think twice before you become a post scorer, man. People don't like post scorers, I'm just telling you now. But moving along, for the height, I went 7 foot. You could go 7'3" if you want. For the weight, I went close to max weight and I went with 288. For the wingspan, you obviously want to go max wingspan, and look at all your stats, bro. This build is just overpowered, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And now for takeover, rim protector takeover doesn't really make sense with this build. So I would go post scoring takeover, as it's one of the most dominant takeovers in the game. And here you have it, interior force. On to the next build. Here at number 3, we have my favorite big man build in NBA 2K22, the interior finisher. I've been having this build since 2K21. This build is a lot of fun just because you have a 95 driving dunk, nobody's really blocking you. You get every animation in the game. Contact dunks are limitless on this build. So if you're new to the game and you just want to have fun, I would definitely recommend this build out of every build. And the way that I made it, you can use this in comp situations. For the pie chart, go with the mostly blue and a little bit of red, so we do get good defense on this build. Physical profile, I went with the last one just to be more of an all-around build. And for the attributes, I upgraded it so that the name could be interior finisher, but you could go ahead and upgrade it so I get 25 finishing, 1 shooting, 14 playmaking, and 19 defensive. So looking at your finishing, almost all of it's maxed out. Like I said, we're gonna have a 95 driving dunk, so this build is crazy. And another overpowered thing about this build is you can shoot mid-ranges on this build. I've even shot 3-pointers on this build as well, mostly in the corner, and you get a way bigger boost in takeover. You get 14 playmaking, man. You're gonna be able to help your teammates out on this build as well with badges like post playmaker, and you have 19 defense. Honestly, the defense is the one thing that it's not terrible or anything, but it could definitely be better. But I only upgraded it like this so I could get the name interior finisher. So if you don't care about the name, then you could upgrade it however you would like. But I just like the name interior finisher, you feel me? Moving along though, for the height, I went 6'9", minimum weight, and now for the wingspan, go max wingspan, and here you have it, 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. For our defense, we have a 93 block off rip, 90 defensive rebound off rip, and that's very overpowered, man. For the takeover, go slashing takeover, and here you have it, interior finisher, man. In my opinion, this is the most fun big man build on NBA 2K22. So number 2 on my list, we have the comp glass cleaner. There's many ways you can make glass cleaners, and this is actually the competitive version. So we have Hall of Fame defense and Hall of Fame shooting. So first things first, you want to go position, power forward, half green and half red pie chart. Now for the physical profile, agility and vertical, so you could be fast and so you could get many more rebounds. Now we're gonna have 1 finishing, 19 shooting, 10 playmaking, and 20 defensive on this build. Honestly, I think this is the best way you could upgrade your stats. Moving along, for the height, it's up to you. I'd probably say go 6'8". And now for the weight, go minimum weight. Now for the wingspan, man, go max wingspan. Look at your driving dunk. You're gonna be able to get a lot of good dunking animations with the 75. For the 3-point shot, you have a 70 3-pointer, but with Hall of Fame badges, it's gonna be a lot easier to shoot. Playmaking on this build obviously doesn't matter much. For your defense, you have an 84 defensive rebound, 83 block. So the defense on this build is pretty good as well. And you have Hall of Fame defensive badges. Now for the takeover, go glass cleaning takeover. And here it is, you have built pure glass cleaner. Alright y'all, so now for the number 1 big man build in NBA 2K22, man. I decided on this build just because its ability to do what the meta big man build has to do, which is play good defense, be fast, get a lot of badges, and dunk the ball. And if you go to the comp stage, man, you're gonna be seeing this build pretty much everywhere. So hey man, without further ado, let's get into it. For the position, go power forward. And now for the pie chart, you wanna go all the way down until you see the pure red pie chart, man. This build is playing no games on defense, bro. I'm telling you this now. For the physical profile, you could either go with the first one or the agility and vertical pie chart. And now for the stats, you're gonna see exactly how I upgraded. So here we have it, 16 finishing, your shooting obviously doesn't matter, 6 playmaking, 30 defensive badges. Like I said, man, this build is not playing around on defense. I would say either go 6'7" or 6'8". I feel like a lot of people like to go 6'7", but for this build, I'm going 6'8". Go minimum weight. For the wingspan, go max wingspan. You're gonna have an 86 driving dunk off rip, and you're gonna have a 95 standing dunk, so you're gonna get a lot of contact dunks.
For your block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound, they're all at a 95.
For the takeover, you wanna go glass cleaning takeover. And here you have it, glass cleaning finisher in the building, you feel me? That is definitely the best center build in NBA 2K22. Hey man, make sure to send this video to at least 3 friends to hook them up with some good builds, you feel me? And that's all I got for y'all today, man. Tune into the next video, and until then, peace out.